When you lose someone you love, Godwinks can become the stepping stones to finding peace, as you will discover in this incredible Godwink story. 25-year-old Stasia Kelly was devastated. She'd gotten the news in the middle of the night that her father had died of a heart attack. She quickly packed some belongings and headed for the airport, took a seat next to the window and opened the morning newspaper. And the headline was about her father, Emmett Kelly, world's most famous clown, dead at 80. Do you remember Emmett Kelly? He was the hobo clown with a sad face, while all other clowns in the Ringling Brothers circus had grins from ear to ear. He had a sad face. That was his trademark. He made sure he never had a picture taken with anything but the sad face. And he was successful. All except for that one time. He was being interviewed by a UPI photographer reporter, interrupted by a phone call. Emmett, congratulations, you're the father of a new baby girl. He grinned from ear to ear, and at that moment the photographer went click, and the next day that picture went around the globe, newspapers everywhere. Back on the plane, Stasia reached into her bag, pulled out an old yellow newspaper, and looked at that one picture of her father smiling. And you know how sometimes God lets us see something we never saw before, and in that moment she began to understand what he was smiling about. He was smiling about her. She began to cry. There was a man seated next to her. He leaned across. He said, "Miss, are you okay?" She pointed to the picture and said, "Yes, my father died last night." The man turned ashen. He said, "You won't believe this. I'm the photographer who took that picture 25 years ago. And you can't imagine how thrilled your father was on that day that you were born." What a Godwink! And in that moment, a peace came over Stasia, a peace that surpasses all understanding. And she knew that everything was going to be okay. Like Stasia, when you acknowledge the Godwinks in your life, you are taking the steps closer to peace and understanding. Have you had a Godwink today? Send it to me. I'm Squire Rushnell. Good wishes and Godwinks.